Okay, for your discussion board, what it's asking you to do is integrate sources from Major Problems, Volume 1, with the Grade 5 curriculum. So the assignment asks you to choose or select one primary source from Major Problems from Volume 1, Chapters 1 to 4, that you're going to include in the Grade 5 curriculum. You're going to explain where this primary source could be useful. You're going to explain how this primary source could be useful. And then you're going to point out ways that the primary source challenges or contradicts the materials from this curriculum. Then you're going to offer an assignment that uses the primary source to make points for the curriculum. So your first initial entry should look something like this. You should reference your source. So what is it? You can put the title, you can put the chapter, just so we know where it's coming from in Major Problems, Volume 1, Chapters 1 to 4. Then you should explain where it could fit in the Grade 5 material. So in what section, what part of the material should it fit? How is it useful in that section? So how would that primary source elucidate main points there in that section or for the overall chapter? Then how does it challenge or contradict or bring other information or perspective or something like that to the curriculum? And it could be at that specific location or elsewhere. Then finally, you're going to design an assignment where you use that primary source as part of, to teach something from that section. So in your assignment design should have basically a question or two. It should have something students do or work through. And there should be some outcome, something they create from it. It could be a poster. It could be it could be anything at all. So it needs to have your assignment design, needs to have a question, like a question you're trying to get students to address. It needs to have something students work through. And then finally, it needs to have some form of outcome. So that's the initial post. That's what it should look like. Okay. Now, your response, you need to respond to at least one of your colleagues. And what I'm looking for in your response is quality, not quantity. You want to indicate how you would use the primary source they selected for the curriculum. Expand upon their assignment to offer other ideas. And I want you to be specific. So when you get to your response, first thing you want to do is, where would you use this source? And you cannot respond to someone who used the same source as you, the same source you did, okay? And you need to say, where would you use this source in Grade 5? Would you use it elsewhere? Would it apply anywhere else in the curriculum for that material? Then you want how you would use it, okay? How would you use it distinctly from how they did? So you want to offer something else, like, oh, you could also use it for this, this, and this. You're not criticizing your colleague, you're offering them more. And then finally, expand upon their assignment. Maybe you could bring another primary source to bear. Maybe you could bring another perspective. But what could you add? Maybe you're going to add another question. Maybe you're going to add another outcome or a separate outcome, but you're going to offer them something additional. Now, here's the reason for this. This is you, imagine yourself as a teacher helping another teacher, evaluating another teacher. And so that's what your response should look like. So these are your discussions, and the other discussions will look very similar to this and should have the same format. Okay, good luck. I look forward to seeing what you come up with.